summer's day in Shepherdstown. An eagle in a thermal is a circling round like a tire on a bike rolling down Columbus Street. But Katie got a little look of hope in her eyes, and her arms unfold as she looked to the skies and said, I'm gonna learn to fly around with you, yeah.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to episode 42 of Knitting on the Fly. Top down shawl success. Those are the crowds cheering, just so you know. Well, welcome. It is Monday, January 2nd, 2012, and it's episode 42. We're almost to a year. It would be a year in February, I believe. So, let's get started. It's been a good week. So, I need to get a pen because I'm already thinking of things that are not on my show notes. Not on my show notes. There's one. There's two. Oh, there's three. I knew I was looking for something on Pinterest. I couldn't remember what. So, hi. What's going on? There's another thing. Oh boy. Jet setting. Lots of time with Honey this last week. He came home for Christmas, then he went back to work, so he was only here for like 4 or 5 hours. And we were actually awake. And then he came home again Tuesday night. And then we were together Wednesday, Thursday. I went up with him Friday, Saturday. Over the New Year, we drove home super late Saturday night. About 1 in the morning we left his work. So the drive home was a little interesting. It was New Year's Eve, so there was some crazy weird stuff going on. Like we got almost home, like 30 minutes from here, where he grew up, and they had the road blocked. And we're like, oh, is it a checkpoint? You know, it was about 3:30, and he goes, oh no, someone stole a car and they crashed in the ditch, so they got the road blocked because the wrecker's pulling the car out. Great. And the guy was on the run, so we never did find out if it wasn't in the paper if they caught him or not. But so yeah, that was interesting, and the roads were a mix of wet and icy because there were some points where it was frozen, some points where it wasn't. So that was interesting. Cops everywhere. Everyone was out and about, you know, ready to break it down for New Year's. So that was really good. I got myself a little kissed at midnight. Work was completely canceled last week. I had no work. I haven't worked since before Christmas. I'm a little spoiled. I will say it. I'm a little bit spoiled. I'm pretty excited. This is more what I was hired for. People just pay me to be me. Yes. Not really. I'll pay this summer. Just wait. If it's anything like last summer, Lord help me. But it's been great. We came home 2 weekends from now. I travel home to see my family for my cousin's wedding. And, oh, man, I'm thinking of all kinds of stuff. And the wedding is actually today. They're getting married in Puerto Vallarta. There's about 10 people there, I think. And then the reception is next weekend. Not this weekend, not the 7th and 8th, but the next weekend, the 14th. So I'll be going home for that. I just found out a couple hours ago that my dad might be coming to visit, which is huge because my dad's never come to visit me. I've moved away 10 years ago last week, and he's never come to visit. So that's pretty big. When I moved away, we weren't on great terms. We had our peace. We're on good terms. And so I'm pretty excited. I hope the weather cooperates so I can show him the beauty that is Maine even though it's winter. So hopefully his travel will go well and we can figure out when he's coming, and that will be good. So, yeah. So en route. Okay, so interrupting cow socks I haven't worked on. The hat I haven't worked on. Vanilla socks. This is what I got. I got yarn. I cast on last night with my Addi Turbos, but I cast on too many. So, I think I was only supposed to cast on 14 for each side. I'm gonna have to count it again though. I think I only started with 14. I might even be 12, to be totally honest. I think it's 12. I started with the skinny toe. So that is on. We'll be back on the needles, and then the wedding blanket, which I haven't touched. I hauled everything around me up to my honeys. I hauled like 400 hours worth of knitting, and I only worked on one thing. So this next piece landed. I have 2 things. You know how long it's been since I've had an FO? I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you. Can't even tell you. I don't have my notes like Karen does in her little folder. So I'm not even going to go back and look because it's been a long time. But I have 2 items. I'm going to call this number 1. I know, yes, the ends aren't tucked in. And technically, I guess it's not done because I haven't done the heel on it yet. But I'm going to wait till the end till I have the other one done and then do both heels at the same time. But the bulk of this is complete. This is my vanilla sock. So it's still on the nails, but it's also a... Why isn't that working? No. Why are you being difficult? Crap. Sorry, guys. Oh, crap. Oi. Okay, so I guess I can't look it up. I can, but it might just take me longer. I'm going to do a true afterthought on these. And the spacing was really good, because I wanted to end on the black, and so I could start the next toe with the blue. I'm not super obsessive, like if it doesn't work out exactly the same, I'm cool. But I want to get it as close as I can. So, this one is off the needles. I've got to tuck in the ends, and I've got to obviously finish the other one. So I'm hoping to get that cast on this afternoon. And then, my other thing that's finished is my citron. Yes, it's done. For those of you who've never watched before, I've never finished a top-down shawl. I've never finished a shawl that starts at the top and ends at the end. Ends at the long end. I've started on the long end and worked my way up. I did one of Wendy Knits patterns that does that. But this is the citron. I did block the crap out of it. So, like, the ruffly sections aren't quite as ruffly as they were. I don't even care. Because I still love it. You still get the ripple and the ruffle. And then there's the... So this is out of, let me tell you, this is size 6 Knit Picks needles. And size 6s are 4mm. I'm trying to get better about that. Oh, instead of another thing. God, you guys, buckle in. This is out of Desert Vista Dye Works. It's Hermano Gradient in charcoal. So I started up here at the top with the you cast on 3, knit 6 rows, then you pick up the 6 and the 3 on the other side, so you end up with 9. And then it was super fun. I talked to a few people that love knitting the citron. I talked to people who did not like knitting. There's the cast off edge. The beads are a funny story. I was in Virtual Knit Night on Friday night, and Lala showed up and opened a can of worms. I was told we were joking about how many neat stitches I had, because the rows were going to go from 273 stitches to like 500 and some. 540. So she goes, well, why don't you just do a beaded edge? That'd be cool. It'd look rock star. Really? Well, that's what happens. So I went to, I'm from a very little town. Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to go back to this. This is Vesper in Smoke on the Water. I couldn't remember the colorway. From Knitterly Things. And those were on, oh, I don't even know what size they were. They were size 1s. My Addies are size 1s. Sorry, I'm all sorts distracted. So I went to our little, and I don't have any of them near me, of course. I bet you I don't. I might have one. I went to Martin's, which I've spoke about before, because I knew I had seen itty bitty teeny tiny steel hooks there. And sure enough, I did. I have 3 different ones now. The other 2 are over there. These, I think they're just Susan Bates. Nope, they're Boy. And this is a 0.85. It's a size 0.85 millimeter. It's a size 13. I also got like a size, I'm not even going to say them, but they're a little bit bigger than this. Like one's a 1.15 and one's like a 1.3 or something like that. But they're super tiny. And then I went, they didn't have any beads there. Let me see if I can find it. I thought I brought it back, but I don't know for sure. Let me see. Oh, I can hear him in there. And then I went to Walmart. Our Walmart here is horrible. They super squished it down. Probably about 4 years ago, they said they remodeled it. And it actually made it less appealing than more appealing. So anyway, I didn't know if I'd find any beads. Well, good thing the bead department up there is beautiful, because I found there's 6/0, I guess they're size 6 beads. And let me tell you how close this was. I actually went back, someone pinned this tutorial today on Pinterest, which I find really funny, because it's the one I used just the other day. And the edge is a little bit, it's different in different spots. I don't know if I twisted it as I was casting off in some spots. I don't care, because I still think it looks awesome, and no one's going to look that close except for me. But I found these. They were glass beads, and I can't remember what they're called. Copper? I don't even know if they have a color name. I don't think so. But they're like a mute silver, like they're a non-shiny silver, almost like a pewter color. This is how many beads I have left. I have 6 beads left. 6 beads. 6 beads left. And do you know how much yarn I had left? 35 inches of the yarn. 35 inches. Do you know how I figured out? And I had to take off 2 rows on the last ruffle. I had to not do 2 rows before the plant off. So as I got down and my ball was shrinking and shrinking, I said, okay. So I put myself a couple little loop knots into my yarn, and at certain measurement points, and then I knit 100 stitches. And then I figured out how many inches I'd use based on those loop knots, and like slip knots. And then I divided. Oh, it was a long process. But anyway, I did a bunch of math, and I figured, okay, I need this many. So my arm span is about, well, I do to here, because it's about 3 feet. So it was 8.5 of those for every row. So I needed 25 or 26 to finish. So when I did that, I ended up with about 3.5 feet left, and I finished with just under 3 feet left. So thank God it worked, because my God did I not want to tink. But yeah, I literally had like that much yarn left. It was awesome. So that was really cool. That was really, really fun. So it was very fun. The beading, I guess I was supposed to bead every other bind off stitch, but I did every beaded stitch, so there's a lot of beads. There's a lot of beads on this thing. But I do love it. I love the gradients. I think it's fantastic. I have another one of her gradients. I have this purple berry. Pretty sure this is a gradient. I should probably check that before I see it. But this is Susan. Susan and Savannah. This is Mono Fingering Weight Purple Berry, 490 yards. Yes, it is. It's a gradient. Light dark. So I've got another one. Who knows what this may be. So anyway, I love it. Susan, you do a great job. I still owe you a project bag. She won one of my prizes, and me being the horrible podcaster I am, I'm not finished yet. Sorry. Yours is next up. So you're going to get some extra goodies. A couple of you are getting some extra goodies. Anyway, so that was my finish. It was fantastic. Take off, I want to make another shawl. I might actually dig in my UFO bin and finish a shawl. I've got 2 in there. It's not my UFO bin anymore. It's my hoe bin. It's my half object bin. Stockinette zombies are awesome. I know I've mentioned them a bunch of times, but they're very funny. So, another shawl, I hope. Ground stop. I don't have a ground stop. I've been super productive. I finished this in a week. Not even a week. I cast this on Christmas Day afternoon, which was Sunday afternoon last week. I finished it Saturday evening. So 6 days, basically 6 days, I finished this. And some people say they don't like it because it's too boring. I don't know how much I would like it if it wasn't for the gradient yarn. Because it's a lot of stockinette. Oh my God. It's all stockinette except for the increase rows. Like you increase, you do stockinette for an inch or so, you decrease. You do stockinette for an inch, you increase, you do stockinette, you increase, then you... It's all stockinette. So I do understand how people probably are frustrated, or can get frustrated. If it wasn't for the gradient, it probably would have wore on me too. So I think you've got to get a perfect yarn to really enjoy the stitch on, unless you really just enjoy stockinette. I did try, I can't remember what she called it, it was like a Portuguese pearl, where you actually put the yarn behind your head, and all you do is flip the yarn with your thumb. I did that for a while, and then my thumb got sore, so I went back to regular purling, but that was pretty fun. I was a little skeptical. I just tried it in the car while I was waiting for Annie, and it actually worked pretty good. Okay, let's see. Holding. I did 2 holdings. See if I have them in here. Yep, here's one. I didn't do much. You're probably not even going to... I haven't seen this in 8,000 years. This is Katahdin by Highland Handmaids. Ugh, what did I do? Stand by. This is Katahdin, my handmaids. I can't even tell you what it is. I think it's Falklands. Wow, I am like a ball of epic fail today. I'm horrible. What is going on? I do believe this is Katahdin, though. Can I find it is the next question. Don't know. Don't you love when I'm so prepared? It is Falkland. It's her pitch pine top line. It's Falklands. I've got a lot of it left, but I took it up to my honeys because I knew I'd need a break from knitting just because it was such a crazy week. So yeah, I got that done, and then I started, she asked if I'd started working on this, and I said no. This is Bartlett Yarns. It's their pencil roving. And hopefully she watches this and gives me a little feedback, which, by the way, I'm going to see her on Wednesday. So look for my special guest appearance on, I think she records Wednesday, so you're probably going to see me again. This is Mountain Laurel and their pencil roving. Bartlett Yarns, BartlettYarns.com. I'll put it in the show notes. But it's a beautiful purple, and it's already in a nice, it's a nice pencil roving. My question is, and I know she said that she was spinning on VCAN the other night, Virtual Knit Night, on Google, and she was saying how it's kind of nubbly. It's a rustic wool. It's not a super fine wool, like we get from in our bats and our rovings and everything. It's not done the same. It's a very, I don't want to say primitive because I think that sounds negative. It's not negative. It's a rustic wool. So it is kind of nubbly. It's not super consistent all the time. This is what it looks like spun, and I'm having issues because when it breaks, I have a hell of a time getting it back on. So can you see how it's a little nubby? I'm okay with that. That's how it spins. I am perfectly fine with it being a little nubby. But I don't know if I'm not putting enough twist in. Like, when I go to pull it off, I try to give it a little twist as I pull so it has some tension on it. And I don't know if that's just me needing to figure out how to do spinning. Because I've only had my wheel like 6 months. I've got so much to learn. It's ridiculous. So, give me some feedback, if you will. Go to the show notes page on Ravelry. It's Knitting on the Fly. And let me know what you think. Is it just me? Do I need to twist more? Is the twist probably fine, but you just do need tension? Because I'll end up with like a little pile of probably this much. I know it's only a yard, but a pile of the roving that's come off, and it's just, I don't know. Let me know. Let me know give me some tips so I can get better, because I want to get better. Okay, so that was my spinning. Okay, reservations turns out is going to be ridiculous. Okay, so I did that. I am going to see Heather this week. I'm going to go up and see her on Wednesday. She's going to put me to work in her slave chamber. She said something about working on the warping board, doing some self-striping yarn. I have no idea about a warping board. I have no idea how to do self-striping yarn. I will help her however she needs me to. I have no interest in having my own dye company, but I love to help because the whole thing is intriguing. How their mind works to put the colors together and how they can see it is amazing because I can't even get myself dressed. I wear khakis and a white shirt. That's what I wear. That's what I'm wearing today. So anyway, I'm going to see her. So that'll be very fun. So I did talk about that. I talked about the Bartlett. Okay, so there was a virtual knit night Friday night. I ended up being on there, I'm not kidding you, for 6 hours. Honey was working, and I had burned Heather on her phone and said, hey, do you want to do a virtual knit night? I'm just hanging out by myself, working on my Citron. She goes, okay, sure. So we probably had 6 or 7 people in there. Some people came and went. Froggy Monkey, Amy from Knitting in Circles, she came and went for dinner. Who else came and went for dinner? Somebody else came and went for dinner. I think Sarah from Rain Lover Knits. Who else was in there? I think Amelia Bella was in there. Natalie was in there. I made some new friends on there. Enid was in there. Ray was in there. I don't remember. Some people came and went. There was a Heather in there. There's another Heather. I can't remember. So many people came and went in that 6 hours. It was just crazy. It was fun, but it was crazy. So virtual knit night was really fun. And then, let's see. A couple thank yous go out, please. First, I should have done that first. Aunt Susie N gave me the Ridgeline shawl pattern by Fiber Nymph, which is Lisa. And Lisa, actually, oddly enough, gave me the airplane spoon pattern. I've linked both in the show notes. They're super cute. The spoon pattern actually is a little knitted wings and tail that go on a spoon. So when you're feeding your kid, or whatever crazy airplane noise you want to make, you can do that. So anyway, thank you very much, both of you. I wanted to give out my own Christmas stuff and pattern-wise, and I just ran out of money. So, but maybe it's better I wait a week or two until I get paid, because then it'll be like post-Christmas hangover surprise. Yay! I keep thinking of more stuff you guys. It's gonna be forever. And then I want to mention Sadie from Yarnivore is doing a Snuggles charity drive. Snuggles are I've made these years ago, probably 5 years ago. Basically, you knit up a square. The dimensions are all. I linked it in the show notes to go to her group on Ravelry, because she has all the links. You have links of where you can take them to. There's pattern ideas. It's like 14 by 14 or 18 by 18, and then there's big ones for the big dogs. She's giving away a ton of prizes. There's also a prize for the podcaster who does the most, and for the podcasters who do the most, the viewers that do the most. So if I do 15, which I will never get to that many, then I get a prize, and if all my viewers do the most, then there's another prize. Any prizes I pull in from this are going back to you guys. So if you want to participate and be a part of it, do it for the animals. Do it for your fur babies. I know a lot of you are crazy fur baby lovers. So let's do it for them. There's a link there. They're easy squares and rectangles. They're good for stash busting. They should be washable. The animals, you know, they'll make them dirty. And I'm pretty sure these go with the animals when they leave. So that's pretty cool too. At least they have something familiar when they go to their new home. Okay, so I mentioned that. I also mentioned this on Virtual Knit Night. It's called the Sock Bun. I got some very nice compliments on my hair on Christmas Day. And what it is you take an old sock. I use one of my old work black socks. And you cut the toe off and you roll it up. Like this is just a sock that has been rolled up. And then what you do is you give yourself a sporty size spice bun on the top of your, or ponytail on top of your head. And then you take your hair up in the ponytail and you stick it through. This will all be in a ponytail, by the way. And you just lip it over and you roll it and you space it out around and you end up with this huge bun on the top of your head. And then in the morning, you do it with dry hair, or mostly dry hair. I put the ponytail up, I just get it damp, roll it up, and then I just dropped it on the floor. I'm not going to get it. And then you end up with this beautiful sock bun on top of your head. Then when you wake up in the morning, you unroll it, and your hair's all poofy and fun. So it was nice. Let's see. Oh, I got this from my honey. It's a 2-pound peppermint stick. Look at it. It's huge. It's huge, people. I could kill someone with this. I could thump them over the head, and they would die. This is ridiculous. Look at it. It's humongous. This is a lethal weapon. You could not take this on a plane. You could thump someone with this. But what I'm going to do with this is I am going to make peppermint scrub. Because I saw it on Pinterest somewhere. You crush it all up, you mix it with some other stuff, and you use it like you crushed it up really fine. And instead of like a sugar scrub, it's a peppermint scrub. Using this, which is solid sugar. So anyway, there you go. Merry Christmas. Okay. I also went shopping to Martin's this week. Froggy Monkey's jealous. Amy, because she wants a Martin's, because she likes all the cool stuff I find at Martin's. So I was telling the girls I'm freaking this. This is called a Nao. N-A-O. The mother company to this is Lladro, L-L-A-D-R-O. These are expert ceramics done in Spain. I don't remember what city. They're in Valencia. And when I went over there in the late mid-90s, we got to go to we were in Valencia, and we went to the factory. Lladros are the experts. They're the masters of the porcelain. Nows are the apprentice, so they're a little bit cheaper. But cheaper is a relative term. This is Up and Away, the little toddler in an airplane. I've been looking for this for a long time because I want to collect all their airplane pieces. They've got 3 or 4. I now have 2. I found this at Martin's. Now the box is kind of beat up, but I don't care about the box. The box is going to go in a closet. This is what I'm worried about. And it's beautiful. It's perfect. It was well packed. There's more of that from the bottom. I got this for $17. These retail from $80 to $100. They had tons of them. If any of you are Lladro or Now collectors and you want me to go look next time I'm up there, let me know. But it's beautiful. He's a beautiful piece. And I actually bought 2 because there was 2 airplane ones left, so I bought both. I'm a freak like that. I couldn't leave them there. I had to take them both. So I'm not sure if I'll try to sell it on eBay or if maybe I'll give it to one of my flying friends. I really don't know yet. So, but that was my first score, and I was super excited. And then I got this, some deer fabric for my brother's tree skirt. I got some fleece, blue fleece, because I'm going to line my honey's lined beanie. Yes, I know it's already lined. I'm going to line it again. And then I just saw cool airplane fabric, so of course I'm going to get it because I'm a sucker like that. And then I just got some other basic ones to use for the insides of my project bags. Although that one's really cool. I might use it on the outside. Because I've realized I've got all kinds of fun patterns for the outside, but I don't have anything basic for the inside. So I got some more of those. Let me see. Now we're down to... Oops, my list went away. So last week I mentioned on Plurk that I had... Oh, let's do this first. Let's talk about my ChiaoGoo needles. I ordered some ChiaoGoo needles. They're premium stainless steel. I got 2 sets. I've got a set of the lace, and I've got a set of the premium. So, neither of them are in here. They're in my fancy dandy needle holder. Check it out. I took a pair of my honey's jeans. This is also off Pinterest. And I cut them in half. I cut one leg off. I matched them up. I gave it a seam. I sewed it right onto my hanger. You see it? So it's sewed right on there. This wasn't part of it. This is my own invention. But basically, you just sew like 1-inch gaps, and you hang all your circular needles. I'm hoping to get all those crappy cheap ones replaced someday with really good ones. But I'm not there yet. So this is the 24-inch cable, 32-inch cable. I have no 47s. They're all in use. These are my 60-inch cables. Here are my size 1, 2.5. These are the ChiaoGoos. And I've got size 6. So I give it a little spot on the wall. Maybe I'll put it back here. Maybe you can see it a little better. But then all I did with these pockets, because I figured, what's the point of hanging all the cords if I can't get to the tips? So all I did was itself twice with a tight zigzag stitch, and then I just clipped a line in the top, so all my needles can go in there. And then all these pieces I found at Martin's for like 50 cents. And then the rest that I wasn't be able to fit 2 letters on there, I just did with puffy paint. So, I love it. You might think it's tacky, but I love it. So these are the size 6 ChiaoGoos. And I'm probably butchering them. Someone will yell at me, but that's okay. Just be nice. These are the size 1, 2.5s. Oh, I'm sorry. I lied. I'm sorry. These are 1.5, 2.5 millimeters. So the 2.5 is right. 2.5 millimeters. These are 1.5s. Some people just call them the other size 1. But they've got a bend in the needle. So I'm interested to see. It seems to fit well with my pinkies, so we will see. But yeah, so I've got some new ones. I'll probably try a shawl on my new ChiaoGoos. But I'm pretty excited about that. The bamboo cords, which I should have ordered a pair. They're super fast shipping. I ordered them from Morehouse Farms down in New York. The bamboo actually spin kind of like the signatures. So I might have to order a pair just to try it. But we'll see. I'll see if I like these first before I go try anything else. Let's see. 5, 6. Needle holder talked about. That's it. Oh, an update on the iPad. That's what I was going to say. Again, Amy, a Froggy Monkey from Knitting in Circles, asked about the case I spoke about the iPad, the rechargeable Lily Pad. They were supposed to be shipped last week. Right as he's getting ready to ship his first shipment, they're all hitting the States. All of a sudden, Apple lawyers decided that they don't like the fact that the name Pad is in the name of the product. And Amy said, but it's for the iPad. Like, it's not for any other tablet. It's for the iPad. What's the deal? Apple's a multi-billion dollar corporation. If they say that, he's going to have to change it. So, we don't know when they're going to ship. Nothing's going to change except for the name. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited. I can't wait. Amy said she killed hers twice watching podcasts and stuff around the house, and it's easy to do. You start playing videos and stuff. It sucks of life. I mean, it's still hours and hours, but they take a while to charge up. So when they do it, they're like, oh, come on. So I totally understand. So I will keep you updated on the progress with that. We haven't heard anything. We will still be in the first wave to be shipped. We just don't know when they're going to be shipped. So with that, I've got my special TFR, which is Happy New Year. It is 2012. Day 1 of 2 have been pretty darn good. The last 2.5 years of my life have been absolutely phenomenal. It's about as long as I've lived in Maine. And it is as long as I've lived in Maine. I moved here in June. So, yeah, it's been pretty amazing. I've got my honey in my life, and we've built a wonderful life together, and we are chasing our dreams, and, we're getting it done. There's stress involved, of course, but such is life. Life is good. So 2011 was good. Honey came home from being gone at training. He's been in the state more of the year than he wasn't. We get to see each other a lot more. I'm not really setting any knitting goals. I do have some goals, some stuff up on my door, on my closet door, the stuff I want to get done. But no real goals. I'm still going to try to keep stashing down. I did get some yarn for Christmas, but I haven't actually bought yarn in a long time because it's ridiculous. You can see it up there. It's ridiculous. But I want to get healthier and be happier in myself and in my skin. I'm very happy, but I want to be happy with my skin, and I would like to travel more with my honey. We have a couple things we want to do this year that we're hoping to be able to get the time off to do, and his that he wants to spend more time with me, and that's always a goal of mine, regardless if it's a resolution. It's always a goal to spend more time with honey. So, happy 2012. For those of you that are happy 2011's gone, it's over and done with, and welcome to 2012, and it's a new year, and go get 'em. Have a great week. I'll see you next week.